as I entered the intersection, and he slammed into the side of me.
Okay. Do you dispute that?
Yes.
What do you dispute?
I didn't slam into him. I was pushed into him.
What do you mean you were pushed into him?
There was a stalker chasing me, and as he was chasing me, he kept bumping into the back of the car.
You went fast through the intersection to escape the stalker, right?
Well, I was fleeing from him.
You're telling me that you were fleeing a stalker.
Yes.
And you drove your car through an intersection.
I didn't drive my car through an intersection.
Well, you just told me you hit Mr. Evans's van.
I hit him, but I didn't drive through. I was pushed into him.
How were you pushed into him?
He was chasing me when I made the right. He kept trying to hit the back of the car, like bump it, I guess, to make me lose control.
Mr. Evans, tell me what happened then after this Mr. Alvarez hit your van.
Well, first of all, it was 173rd that supposedly he was pushed through, not 171st. And the other thing, I don't believe it's very funny, any of this. Because if I would have had a passenger in that vehicle, there was a very good chance they could have been killed. I was hit so hard, I was spun totally around in the intersection, up on two wheels, and just about flipped over.
Oh my God. He was going fast, wasn't he? So after he hit your car, what happened?
Well, for a few seconds I was stunned because once I had spun around, the vehicle stopped. The people that were waiting at the light to change that he went around or was pushed around, whatever. One of the men got out, came up to check on me to see if I was all right, and in the meantime, he had backed up and took off down Indianapolis Boulevard and was later arrested by a police officer.
So you fled the scene?
No.
Is that right?
No.
Oh, you didn't flee the scene? After you hit his van, you didn't get in your car and drive away?
No, I was in the car. I never got out the car.
No.
I kept going because...
I didn't ask you that question, Mr. Alvarez. I asked you if you hit the car and drove away.
Yes.
Okay. Let me just see the police report here so I can see that. There were witnesses at the scene. The police report indicates we have witnesses, and one of the witnesses is Lyndon Elliott. I want to ask you something because I'm in the middle of a case involving an accident that happened on January 1st, 2005. They list you as a witness to this incident. Can you tell me what was it that you saw?
Your Honor, I was at a red light at the corner of 173rd and Indianapolis Boulevard. I was stopped at the red light. There were no cars behind me. I was in the right lane. Next to me, there was a black truck also stopped at the red light.
Yes.
In my rear view mirror, I saw a car flying towards me at a rate of speed that I knew they would not be able to stop at this intersection. I knew. And drove right out into the busy intersection, at which that's the time he hit that gentleman's van and knocked it up in the air and spun it all the way around. And at about 30 seconds later, the gentleman in the car that hit him backed his car up and took off down Indianapolis Boulevard.
Okay. Before you saw the Mr. Alvarez's car in your rear view mirror racing towards the light, was there a car chasing his?
I did not see a car chasing his, no ma'am.
So it seems like there was a black truck there, Mr. Alvarez. But it seems like the black truck was stopped at the light. You know, this story that you have just told me about being chased by a stalker with a gun in a black truck is so fantastic. Do you speak Spanish?
No.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. Ni tu abuela te lo cree. You know what that means?
No.
Your grandmother wouldn't even believe that story. You've come in here and told me a fantastic story. You are irresponsible. You could have killed somebody. I don't know what you are running from, but I know one thing. No one was chasing you. Do you have an estimate for this?
Yes, I do, Your
Let me
Honor.
see the estimate. Okay, your estimate says you are owed $3,624.65. Well, you know what? You deserve that, Mr. Evans. I'm going to rule for you. You're going to get judgment in the amount of $3,624.65.